There are moments in life when the surface will never satisfy. To love is not to stay on the surface, but to go deeper, deeper into the soul, deeper into the heart, deeper into the mystery of another human being. When it comes to love, attraction, and connection, most people spend their lives moving across the surface. They learn the gestures, the clever lines, the quick tricks that spark interest for a moment, but they never go beyond that. They confuse attention with intimacy, touch with connection, and desire with devotion. Yet the truth is, nothing lasting, nothing powerful, nothing that changes the course of a relationship is ever born on the surface. The surface is fleeting. Depth is eternal. To go deeper means stepping beyond appearances, beyond performance, beyond the fear of rejection, and into a place of real presence and understanding. When you meet someone at the surface, you may impress them, you may excite them, but when you go deep, you touch the very essence of who they are. That is where true connection lives. Think of a conversation. On the surface, it is words exchanged. One person talks, another responds, and the exchange is over. But when you go deeper, when you listen not only to the words but to the silences between them, when you hear the tone, the longing, the unspoken fears, and the hidden dreams, then the conversation becomes more than words, it becomes communion. This is the difference between speaking at someone and connecting with them. The same is true in relationships. On the surface, you can impress with your looks, your charm, or your wit, and yes, these things may catch someone's eye. But the eye is easily distracted, easily drawn to the next glittering thing. If you want to touch not just the eye but the soul, you must go deeper. You must be willing to reveal who you really are. And you must be brave enough to see who the other person really is. That requires vulnerability, courage, and a commitment to truth. Going deeper also means asking the questions that many avoid. Instead of what do you do, it is what makes you come alive. Instead of where do you live, it is where do you feel most at home. Instead of what do you want tonight, it is what do you dream of becoming in this life. Depth is born in the willingness to go past comfort and into the unknown. And yes, the unknown carries risk. But it is also the place of greatest reward. A man may be drawn to you because of the surface, because of beauty, because of charm, but he will be moved by you because of depth. When you go deeper, you show him that you are not just someone to be admired, but someone to be cherished, someone who calls forth the truest version of himself. On the surface, you may spark his desire. In the depth, you awaken his devotion. There is a mystery to depth as well. It cannot be rushed, and it cannot be faked. You cannot pretend to be deep any more than you can pretend to be authentic. Depth requires honesty. It requires presence. It requires the decision to bring more of yourself than just what is polished or safe. And when you do that, you create a space where another can do the same. In this world, many are starving for depth and don't even realize it. They chase after quick thrills, instant validation, and temporary connection, and they wonder why they feel empty afterward. The truth is that the soul was not made for surfaces. The soul was made for depth, for connection, for intimacy that goes beyond the fleeting. So when we say go deeper, it is not only a strategy for attraction, it is a principle for life. In your relationships, in your conversations, in your very way of being, refuse to stay on the surface. Refuse to settle for the temporary when you were made for the eternal. Go deeper, and you will not only change the way someone sees you, you will change the way they experience love itself. In the noise of this age, presence has become a rare and almost forgotten treasure. We live in a world of constant distraction, screens flashing, notifications buzzing, thoughts running ahead to the future or trapped in the past. And yet, when you step into a moment with full presence, something extraordinary happens. It is as if time itself pauses, and the person before you feels the weight of your attention. Presence is not merely being in the same room, it is being in the same soul. It means that your mind, your heart, and your spirit are all aligned in this moment, here and now. When you are present with someone, you are telling them without words, you matter, you are seen, you are worth my time and my focus. That message is more powerful than any gift, any clever line, or any surface display. Many people underestimate the hunger others carry for presence. We think people want compliments, admiration, or material things. But in truth, one of the deepest human desires is simply to be truly seen and heard. When you offer presence, you are giving a gift rarer than diamonds. You are giving the most valuable thing you own, your time and attention. When a man experiences your presence, he doesn't just feel noticed, he feels understood. He senses that you are not with him to get something, to rush to the next moment, or to perform a role. He feels that you are with him for who he is right now, in all his strengths and weaknesses. That presence awakens a deeper bond, because we all long for someone who can look beyond the noise and connect with our essence. Presence is also a discipline. It is not always easy. The mind will want to wander, to plan, to compare, to drift into its own world. But when you choose to bring your awareness back, when you silence the inner chatter and focus on the person in front of you, you are exercising one of the most powerful moves in relationships. You are saying, I choose you over my distractions. I choose you over my wandering thoughts. I choose this moment. There is also a spiritual quality to presence. To be fully present with someone is to mirror the way the divine is present with us. Think of how it feels when you pray, meditate, or simply stand in silence and sense a higher presence that is not rushed, not distracted, not divided. In the same way, your presence can bring peace and assurance to another. It is like saying, you are not alone, I am with you, I am here. In relationships, presence outlasts passion. Presence deepens desire. Presence anchors love. Beauty may fade, words may be forgotten, but the memory of someone who was truly present lingers for a lifetime. So practice the power of presence. Put down the phone, look into his eyes. Listen not only to his words, but to what is beneath the words. Be where you are, with all that you are, because in that presence, you give one of the greatest gifts possible, yourself. Every human being carries a longing to be seen, not just for what they do, but for who they are. In a world that is quick to criticize and slow to praise, admiration is like water in a desert. It revives the heart, strengthens the spirit, and calls forth the best in a person. When you speak admiration to a man, you do more than flatter him. Flattery is empty. It is surface level and insincere. Admiration, when genuine, is recognition of his essence, his effort, his character, his uniqueness. It tells him, I see the man you are, and I honor it. That is powerful, because most men carry silent battles the world never acknowledges. Think of the man who works hard, but no one notices his effort, or the man who carries responsibilities but rarely hears appreciation, or the man who tries to be strong but secretly fears he is failing. When you offer genuine admiration, you become a voice of life in a world that often speaks only criticism. Admiration is not about inflating egos, it is about awakening potential. When you affirm a man's strengths, you remind him of who he is capable of being. He will rise to meet that vision. Words of admiration are seeds planted in the soil of his spirit, and in time, they grow into confidence, courage, and love. Admiration must also be specific to be powerful. General words can feel hollow, but when you notice the details, when you say, I admire how you never give up, even when things are hard, or I love the way you treat people with kindness, you are speaking to the truth of who he is. That truth resonates deep within him. There is also a mystery here. The more you admire what is good in a man, the more that good expands. People often live up or down to the expectations placed on them. Admiration lifts him higher. It calls him into his strength. It inspires him to be more of the man he was created to be. But admiration is not only about him, it changes you as well. To admire someone requires you to look beyond flaws, beyond disappointments, beyond the surface. It trains your eyes to see goodness, strength, and beauty, and in seeing more you connect more deeply. So speak admiration, not empty praise, but words that reflect the truth of who he is. Your admiration can drive him not just crazy with desire, but deeper into devotion, because every soul longs to be seen and celebrated. When you do this, you are not only building his confidence, you are building the foundation of a love that lasts. Mystery is the fire of attraction. It is the spark that keeps desire alive. In a world where everything is instant answers, instant gratification, instant access, mystery has become a lost art. Yet the heart longs for pursuit, for discovery, for the unfolding of something not yet known. To guard the mystery is to resist the temptation to reveal everything all at once. It does not mean playing games, nor does it mean withholding love. Rather, it means pacing the journey so that curiosity and wonder remain alive. Just as a story loses its power if the ending is revealed too soon, so a relationship loses its fire when everything is given without discovery. When you guard mystery, you create space for pursuit, and pursuit is vital, because desire is not born in what is handed over instantly. It is born in what is discovered gradually. A man cherishes what he has to lean into, what he must learn, what he must uncover in time. Mystery also mirrors the nature of the soul. No soul is ever fully known in a single day. We are layers, stories, complexities, and depths waiting to be discovered. When you reveal yourself slowly, authentically, you give another person the joy of continual discovery, and that discovery keeps passion alive. Guarding mystery also means knowing your worth. When you rush to reveal everything, when you expose every layer at once, it can come from fear. The fear that if you don't give all of yourself now, you won't be chosen. But mystery says, I know I am worth the journey. I know I am worth being pursued. That confidence is magnetic. Mystery is not about distance but timing. It's about knowing that intimacy, whether emotional or physical, becomes richer when it unfolds with patience. Each stage of revelation is sacred, each layer a gift. To guard the mystery is to say, I trust the process, I trust the pace, and I trust that depth requires time. When you live with mystery, you never stop being fascinating. You are always becoming, always unfolding, always offering new horizons to explore. And in that continual unfolding, you keep desire alive. So guard the mystery. Don't rush to prove, don't rush to reveal, don't rush to give. Let discovery be part of the love story, because the things discovered slowly are the things remembered forever. There is a paradox in relationships. We often believe that strength will win hearts, yet it is vulnerability that builds them. Strength may inspire admiration, but vulnerability inspires intimacy. It is the courage to be seen not in perfection, but in truth. To be vulnerable is to take the risk of opening your heart, of showing your fears, your wounds, your dreams. It feels dangerous because it means stepping out without armor, and yet the irony is that true strength is found in this very risk. It is easy to hide behind walls, easy to wear masks, but masks repel intimacy. Only authenticity invites it. When you are vulnerable with a man, you give him permission to be vulnerable with you. In a world where men are told to be strong, silent, and unshakable, vulnerability is often buried deep. But when you show that you can share your true self without shame, you create a safe space where he can do the same, and in that space, love grows roots. Vulnerability is also the birthplace of trust. Without risk, there is no trust, only performance. But when you reveal your heart, and it is received with care, trust deepens, and trust is the soil where intimacy and devotion grow. To embrace vulnerability is not to overshare or to pour out every thought without wisdom. It is to choose authenticity over performance, honesty over pretense. It means saying, "This is who I am, in my strength and in my weakness, and I trust you enough to see it." There is a beauty in vulnerability that no surface perfection can match. Perfect people may impress us, but they do not move us. What moves us is humanity, flawed, real, raw. Vulnerability makes us human to each other, and in that humanity we find love. So do not fear vulnerability. It is not weakness. It is courage in its highest form. It is the gateway through which intimacy enters, and it is one of the most powerful moves that can bind two souls together in trust and devotion. At the heart of every great love is not only affection, but inspiration. To inspire someone is to breathe life into them, to awaken dreams they forgot they carried, to call them higher than they ever imagined. When you inspire a man, you do not just win his attention, you win his soul. Inspiration goes beyond attraction. Attraction says, "I want you now." Inspiration says, "I want to be better because of you." And that is a love that endures. When a man feels that your presence in his life makes him stronger, braver, kinder, more alive, he will cherish you as a rare treasure. Being an inspiration does not mean being perfect. It means living with passion, purpose, and authenticity. It means walking in your truth, pursuing your dreams, carrying yourself with dignity and joy. When you live fully, you give others permission to live fully. When you rise, you call others to rise. A man inspired by you will not only desire you, he will respect you, admire you, and fight to keep you in his life. Inspiration plants devotion in his heart, because it touches not just his body but his destiny. To inspire is also to believe in him, to see his potential even when he doubts himself, to speak into his life words that awaken courage. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give is not what you do, but the faith you hold in him. So be an inspiration. Live in such a way that your presence is not only beautiful, but transformation. Be the one who awakens dreams, who calls forth strength, who reminds him of who he was created to be. Because in the end, passion may fade, beauty may change, but inspiration endures. And when you inspire a man, you do not just drive him crazy for a moment, you leave an eternal imprint on his soul. So then, the secret is not in a technique, nor in a trick, but in depth. To go down is to go deep, and when you go deep, you awaken something eternal, not just desire of the body, but desire of the soul. Go deeper, be present, admire, be a mystery, be vulnerable, inspire. These are the 5 moves that drive him, not just crazy, but drive him to love you, to cherish you, and to never let you go.